Has there ever been a worse time to be a fan of hip hop? So this is where we're at in hip hop today. Sadly, you can't critique Drake's music without a stan hopping out and likening him to Emmitt Till. You can't critique a Kendrick song without a Kendrick stan popping out and saying, you're not like us, you're not like us. The Kendrick and Drake thing, it put hip hop back in the popular nomenclature. It's put it back on the sales, on the charts. But at what cost? At what cost? So this is where we are today in hip hop. We got two boring stan bases. It's pervaded every part of hip hop culture to the point where even YouTubers are picking sides and attacking the other side on both sides. Sad state of affairs. Akademiks TV, don't know if this has any affiliation whatsoever with DJ Akademiks, but here's where we're at in hip hop fandom, top of 2025. 14-year-old Emmitt Till. If you don't know the story of Emmitt Till, I advise you go look that up. Very important event in American history that wasn't even that long ago. 14-year-old Emmitt Till was dragged from his house, kidnapped, tortured, lynched by a mob of white folks after falsely being accused of looking at, whistling at a white woman, right? Conan O'Brien today accused Drake of essaying a minor at the Oscars, and the culture celebrated and laughed. Is this what the culture feeling, lying on innocent black men? So I started the video off by saying, has there ever been a worse time to be a fan of hip hop? This is hip hop discourse at the top of 2025 today. We are comparing a child in Emmitt Till who was tortured and murdered to Conan O'Brien. So let's see the clip we're talking about here.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up.
So there's a Conan O'Brien joke. He makes a pop culture reference. It's a reference to Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar diss track where Kendrick says certified lover boy, certified PDF. And it's a reference to the Super Bowl halftime performance where Kendrick makes a joke about Drake suing UMG over the Not Like Us song, right? The Akademiks TV account, again, I don't know if this has any relation to Akademiks. I don't know if this is him posting or if he's approving the posts. But nonetheless, Conan O'Brien today accused Drake of essaying a minor at the Oscars, and the culture celebrated and laughed. So firstly, it was a joke. He made a joke about the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us diss song. He made a joke about it. This is being compared to Emmitt Till. I don't know who okays this type of stuff. I don't get it, right? I really don't get it. And if you're on YouTube in the comments, if you're on social media at all, the constant talk has been Kendrick Lamar, Drake.
Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake.
I said in another video, I'm surprised you guys still want to hear about this stuff. I'm surprised you guys still want us to report and talk about the Kendrick and Drake stuff. I think every content creator knows that our videos about Kendrick or Drake or both, if it's better if it's both of them in the headline, our videos about Kendrick and about Drake do the best. More people watch them, more subscribers of our regular subscribers watch them, and y'all watch them for longer. So I'm just surprised people still want to hear about this. Thus, here we are. I think the hip hop fan base is like the worst. It's the worst I've ever seen it. You can't even have a conversation. You see, the thing is, people are on sides. People have chosen sides. And then someone like me, obviously, you see the type of videos I make. I've been a Kendrick Lamar supporter longer than like 99% of people. Unless you started listening before the Kendrick Lamar EP, like I listened to that when it came out. So unless you start listening before, then you're a part of the 1% that's been a supporter longer than me. And I've never liked Drake's music. This is just all well-known facts documented on my channel. Like, people have felt the need to choose sides as if they're personally involved, as if they know these people. You don't know Drake and you don't know Kendrick. People on both sides. And so people are choosing sides. And they've adopted the opinion that if you're against my side, you are morally incorrect. And this is even spilt over into hip hop content creators, YouTubers. We're on this side. We choose our side. We're on this side. And if you're on that side, you are morally incorrect. It's more than just an opinion. Back when we wanted to first see Kendrick and Drake beef, like in 2011, we was asking for this. 2012, we was asking for this. It was a matter of preference. I like this person's music. I like that person's music. Then we have musical debates. Nah, good kid. Nah, Section 80, that it kill anything Drake put out. And the Drake fans would be like, well, Kendrick don't got songs like this. He can't do songs like that. And then like, well, Kendrick got better features. Well, no, Drake got a better feature. It's a music conversation. Now it's the conversation has devolved into moral grandstanding on both sides. From Drake fans, like, what the fuck is this type of post right here? From Drake fans and from Kendrick fans. So someone like me who, I have biases. Obviously, I'm heavily biased in favor of Kendrick Lamar's music. Someone like me who refuses to take a side, as if I don't know Kendrick, I don't know Drake, and I don't want to know them. The idea of me taking a side, and I'm not doing that. When Push Ups came out, I said this is a great diss record. When Taylor Made came out, I said this was funny. When Euphoria came out, I said, okay, Kendrick's doing well. Drake might have got that round though. But then everything after that, Family Matters, Meet the Gram, it became an obvious Kendrick W. So it's not like a side thing for me. But if you're a person who refuses to take a side, you are going to be viewed as playing both sides. You're playing both sides. Well, number one, I'm not playing. And number two, I'm not taking a side. I'm playing both sides. You think I'm playing both sides because you're heavy on one side or the other. You're either heavy on Drake's side or heavy on Kendrick's side. Or if you open your eyes, I give Drake props when he does music that I like. I give Kendrick props when he does music that I like, which is often. I critique Drake's music when he's weak bars and like albums. I critique Kendrick's music if he has features I don't like, or if you guys have seen it. And this moral grandstanding, I'm choosing a side attitude, it's spilt and leaked its way into all hip hop discourse. You cannot escape it, to the point where we have silly posts like this. And no, it's not just from this is egregious, but no, it's not just from Drake fans. This is the worst I've ever seen Kendrick Lamar's fan base. I've never seen, what happened to our community, man? What happened to our community? Like, hip hop discourse is a cesspool right now. It low key makes you not even want to be involved with it. I'll pose a question to the audience. Is this the worst you've ever seen the hip hop community? This is the worst I've seen it. Even during Nas's Hip Hop Is Dead era, there was still good stuff coming out. So I say this, take all this into account, because this is why I'm saying this. On top of the complete cesspool that is the hip hop audience at large right now. And if you're watching my channel, you can at least stomach differing opinions. So I'm probably not talking about y'all. I've critiqued both sides, right? Enough to where if you're on either side of the extreme, you're Kendrick extreme or Drake extreme, you would have already unfollowed and blocked me by now, because you would just be so sensitive to your God being, blasphemy that I'm saying, right? By having an opinion about it, that doesn't follow the hive mind. But I'll ask y'all this. I say hip hop is the worst it's been. And I ask you, what do you think? Keep in mind, I'm saying it's a cesspool that is hip hop community right now. It's horrible right now. Number two, I would say, keep in mind the low quality of releases that we've had in the past, let's say 2 years. Take Kendrick Lamar versus Drake out of it. And last year for hip hop, 2024 for hip hop, that was gonna be a pretty dull year. If you take Kendrick and Drake out of it, that's a pretty dull year, for hip hop in terms of releases. And the same for 2023. I think 2023 was arguably worse than 2024. And then also take into account the lack of new artists. Where are the new artists? The new rappers? Where's the new wave? So we're just gonna ride Cole, Drake, and Kendrick until they're 50. There's no one else coming up. Like, there's no wave of new artists, like how we got Kendrick, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Future, Wiz Khalifa, Freddie Gibbs, Nipsey Hussle. We have all these new artists in one wave, like within 1 to 3 years of each other. There's nothing like that happening nowadays. We gonna make LeBron play till he fit. That would be like in the NBA. After LeBron and Steph Curry and KD, there's no Ja Morant, there's no Wemby, there's no Anthony Edwards, there's no Luka. We got LeBron, Curry, Kevin Durant, and then after they retire, it's like we don't know who's next. That's like where we are in hip hop nowadays. So this is like the worst I've seen hip hop. And even a lot of the underground stuff, a little dry. You got Boldy James. He's having a nice little run. Alchemist is still dropping. Rock Marcy's still out there. Hopefully that collab album with Primo came out. Ka was still doing his thing, but R.I.P. Brownsville Ka. It's a little dry. Like, how long are we gonna continue to ride this Griselda type wave in our underground scene? Like, Griselda's been out for like 10 years already. How long are we gonna continue to ride this? You know what I mean? Drumless, gun talk, street talk. Like, type production? Like, how long are we going to continue to ride this? Like, is there any more sauce out there? I don't know, man. Or am I being cynical? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Disgusting. Disgusting. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.